There are new warnings about the increased risk of radicalization among January 6th defenders and supporters.
That's right. This growing concern comes ahead of a possible protest scheduled in Washington later this month. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now for more on this. Scott, good to see you. So what are you hearing about this increased threat of radicalization in the wake of the Capitol riots?
Hey, Tanya and Errol, good to be here. Each week here in Washington, there are a few sentencings for January 6th Capitol riot defendants, and we cover each one of them. But yesterday, there was a twist at the end of one of the lower-level cases. A defendant named David Schwartzberg of New York was being sentenced in his misdemeanor case. The judge sentenced him to 45 days in prison, but the judge says he would not send Schwartzberg directly to the D.C. jail to serve that sentence because the judge said there's concern about radicalization among the January 6 defendants who are already there. They're kept in a separate, segregated wing of the D.C. jail. It's called informally the J6 wing. Internally, by the inmates, it's called the Patriot wing. And the judge says he's concerned about, quote, blind allegiance inside that cell, and that he was worried Schwartzberg, for one, would fall under the powers or under the influence of the defendants already there. But this is not trivial, and it's not happening in a vacuum, Tanya and Errol. On September 24th, on Saturday, there's a planned demonstration, rally, some type of event near the Capitol in support of the January 6 defendants. This was attempted a year ago, and it wasn't much of anything. It kind of fizzled out. But this time, there's concern about the size and the radicalization of the people who might be there. There have been these vigils, these protests outside the jail. Some of them have been pretty fiery. And, Tanya and Errol, one of the January 6 defendants himself has lobbied the court for formal permission to attend the rally himself. This is a growing concern.
Also, Scott, a federal judge denied Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rose's motion to fire his attorney and subsequently delay his upcoming trial. What more do we know about that decision?
This is a significant development as well. The top line case so far in the nearly 900 January 6 cases is the Oath Keepers seditious conspiracy case, accused of raising money and raising arms and planning for attack January 6th. They go on trial here September 27th. It's getting pretty close. Stuart Rose, the founder of the Oath Keepers, the top-line defendant in the case, tried to fire his lawyers and get the trial delayed. He'd argued there was some type of communications breakdown with his attorneys, who, by the way, had pretty much been working full-time on Rose's defense for several months. The judge dismissed the motion, saying he thinks the defense lawyers have done great work, have been fully competent, and that Rose shouldn't wait till the 11th hour to try to force a delay and pull this type of move. So, Stuart Rose, who yesterday just blistered his defense lawyers, claiming they weren't working well together, will go on trial September 27th, and those two lawyers will be at the defense table with him.
All right. Well, Scott, former President Trump's advisor William Russell was subpoenaed by the Justice Department as part of its January 6th investigation. What are they hoping to learn from him?
Yeah, you know, the Mar-a-Lago investigation has stolen so many headlines away from the January 6th investigation, rightfully so, but that investigation is still steaming along. We know there's a grand jury that meets at least once a week here in Washington, D.C., investigating the fake electors scheme and issues that led up to January 6th, and the interviews keep coming in. The number of people with whom the feds or the January 6th committee are speaking to keeps growing. William Russell is potentially pivotal, truly one of those right-hand men for former President Trump during that pivotal period of time in the weeks before the election and the weeks before January 6, 2021. What we're seeing here is some form of momentum in the January 6th investigations happening on a parallel track with this Mar-a-Lago investigation and the many other investigations into the former president, that William Russell, a low-profile name but a key figure for former President Trump, is now in the circle, indicates that investigation is steaming ahead quite fast.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, appreciate the updates. Thank you.